as we're sitting there trading the markets, the last thing we want to see is the orders become unsynced with the prop firm in your platform, which could potentially cause us to blow up our accounts. Well, today's video, I'm going to share with you guys a feature within the #1 trade copier out there that now addresses that issue, especially for rhythmic traders. But you also want to stay tuned to the end because there's some important information that you need to know about dealing with trade evade when trade copying as well. So this problem has been going on for quite some time. It's been posted on the NinjaTrader forums, Reddits, all over the place where you exit a trade, then NinjaTrader shows you're still in a trade, but the RTrader Pro does not show you are actually in a trade. And if you go and hit the flatten all button, it'll reverse the trade and put you in the opposite direction. So I've partnered with Affordable Indicators. I'm going to share with you guys what Joel has to say. But first, the copier I'm using is an account dashboard suite. The reason for that, it comes with a risk management. If you only want the trade copier features, you can use this one right here. Right now, they're having a massive sale. But if you want to be able to set daily targets, daily loss limits, and have the copier stop trading for you once you're already funded, then you're going to want to go ahead and invest in the account dashboard suite. Now, before you go ahead and check out, right here where it says apply coupon code, make sure you always enter code Mike to ensure you always get the best deal. So now let's let the creator of the copier actually show you what the problem is with NinjaTrader and how he was actually able to solve this issue.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a trade. I'm going to show you guys. Again, we're copying these trades across all the accounts. I've got it on executions mode. Okay, we're short all the accounts. You can see a slight delay, but now we have all 23 accounts short. Now when I hit close, 5 accounts remain. 5 accounts have a lingering position. So watch quickly what happened. Did you see the countdown? Let's do it again. Let's hit buy market this time. Working on the front end here. The front end is slow syncing too. But now when we exit the position, this is where we have a solution. We can see in the bottom left corner, all the rhythmic accounts are flat. We can see NinjaTrader has 4 lingering accounts. These positions are automatically refreshed by the window.
So now let's go back and watch this, right? Right here, you can see that they go ahead and Joel puts on a short trade on 20 of his Apex accounts. Now, here's where the problem is going to come in. It's not once he necessarily places the trade, but it's when he goes and closes out the trade. And I got to tell you guys, when I trade with Rhythmic, I've had this problem happen to me in the past. You can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions that NinjaTrader still thinks is open. But as we come over and look at the RTrader Pro window, it shows 0 trades. So on a majority of trade copiers out there, and even the feature inside of NinjaTrader, what you'll see, if you see the flatten all button, if you were to hit that, normally it would go ahead and reverse the position. I personally had this happen to me in the past. If you guys have had the same thing happen to you, let me know in the comment section down below. Now, this is really particular to Rhythmic accounts. However, Joel's going to address a problem a little bit later on this video dealing with trade evade as well, along with what he has done differently in terms of programming the flatten all button within the #1 trade copier.
Guys, what happens here is that a lot of trade copiers, let me try and explain this, is that if NinjaTrader is showing a long position, let's say it's showing a 1 contract long position remaining, or worse, a 2 or 3 contract, right? And you go to hit close, it's going to submit, in the case of a long, it's going to submit a sell to close that out. Well, what happens when in Rhythmic, at the Rhythmic server, we're actually flat? Now you're going to be in the opposite position going short. I'm sure you guys have seen this many times. So again, this is what's resolved with the work that I've done in this window. All right, quickly, how does this work? First of all, it's detecting a flat position on the master account. When this happens, it's going to look for any lingering positions on follower accounts. Also, it's detecting when the number of positions has decreased. So in this case, in these examples, we have 23 positions on the NASDAQ. When that number decreases from 21 to any number, it's also going to check. Why is this important? Because the master account can also have a lingering position, meaning when you get out of the trade, the master account itself can also be left in a position, at least according to NinjaTrader, when in reality, in Rhythmic, it's already flat. I think it's excellent. This way you're not trying to hit flatten all. Although I will remind you, the flatten all button is programmed to not reverse positions. So a lot of copiers, a lot of other software, it will completely reverse the position because again, it thinks that you're long. NinjaTrader believes you're long. So it's going to submit a sell to close that, which then puts you in a short position. All right, let's talk about trade evade versus rhythmic connections. I'm going to pull up here what I have from Apex Trader Funding, and this is the important info right here. So pause the video and read it. But you are limited with trade evade to 5,000 unique user initiated actions per user per rolling 60 minutes. So again, they say placing a new order, modifying an existing order, canceling an existing order are all considered unique actions. So let's think about this quickly for someone who's using trailing stops, for someone who places and cancels orders often. In my head, quickly take 5,000 divided by 20. What is that? 250, am I right? 250 actions if you're trading 20 accounts, and then the API is going to quit working. So a lot of times what happens is if you're using trailing stops, bam, 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 your 250 commands are quickly declining. So this is something that I want to solve. Actually, in another update is that I want to keep track of these commands in the software so that we can warn you when you're about to run out of commands, right? Because nothing's worse than trading using the trade evade connection when all of a sudden you can't manage the accounts anymore from NinjaTrader. Horrible, right? Again, that kind of thing will never happen with Rhythmic. This is why I prefer Rhythmic over trade evade, especially with what I've done in solving the problems right here in this window, right? So what I've already shown you guys. We now know we can be confident that positions are synced between Rhythmic and NinjaTrader, and this window is handling it automatically. And I'm going